Hello guys, welcome to the new video in which we will make something extremely decadent, very tasty, recharging. That's something that will carry you through with plenty of energy. And it is fully raw and it is packed with nutrients. It's just packed. And this recipe is for those who are chocolate lovers, maybe even Nutella lovers, and this recipe is I don't know, it's hard to characterize it. Let's call it, in a very mundane way, nuts and seeds chocolate paste. So for this recipe, we will be using dates. Here I have 3 dates, and dates should be ideally, I would pour some boiling water over them, not to heat them to the temperature when they stop being raw. So they're very fluffy, so they're not very thermally conductive. So you can just pour quickly some hot water, because you never know who picked those dates, how they were stored, how they were transported before they got into your kitchen. So just for hygienic reasons, I prefer to sanitize my dates with some hot water. Then I soak them in warm water to just soften them up. I'm not including this in this video. If you want to watch a person soaking the dates in hot water, please let me know in the comments. But in this video, we will skip this. So these are already pitted and soaked dates. Yeah, you remove the pits and prepare a fork to mash them. Then the next set of ingredients is, of course, to make it chocolatey. To make it chocolatey, we will need cacao powder, cocoa nibs, and water. This is hydrogenated water. I am using it for nearly everything and where it's consumed. I don't use it for taking shower or anything. So, although you can actually take a bath with hydrogenated water, if you get a hydrogen pump, you can saturate your bath water with hydrogen, and it will give you it will cut 20 years of your age, and Japanese clinics, resorts use that water. Then I will be using sesame seeds. I buy black sesame seeds because they are richer in calcium. In general, anything that's darker, wilder, more pungent, more bitter, usually more nutritious. We will be using sesame seeds, we will be using pumpkin seeds, we will be using hazelnuts, and we will be using almonds. Everything is raw. I don't soak the nuts, and you can, if you prefer to. I just quit that habit, and that demonized phytic acid is actually a pretty healthy thing as well. If you're getting enough nutrients, it's not a problem that you consume it. All these anti-nutrients will not do anything appreciable with you. So if you want extra hassle, some people prefer the taste of soaked nuts. I sometimes like it too. Almonds get pretty crunchy and spongy after they're soaked in water, but I don't really like the taste, so I rarely do that. And these are my ingredients for this meal. So first we'll need to make, these dates are pretty dry, so we will be first mashing them with fork. I don't use blender just because I'm lazy. I will be using the same plate, the same fork to eat them. So this water is already hydrogenated. Just did it a couple of minutes ago. I'm adding water, and we will make something like a syrupy paste. These dates are kind of hard, but with water, actually the inner fibers, they interact and soften and release those sugars pretty well. I would attribute this recipe to weight gain recipes, because in general, losing weight is easy and trivial for many people, because you just cut on calories, you include more fiber, you include more raw foods, and reduce sugar, and here you go. So you break the cycle of insulin resistance, and probably play around a little bit with suppressing the sugar intake from any source, and just bump up your fats and proteins, naturally occurring amino acids in the greens, maybe legumes, and if you don't have any reasons that prevent you from eating legumes, and within a couple of weeks you break that cycle and you can start introducing fruits again and so on and so forth. Just stay away from refined sugars and keep your calories low, mobility high. That's how you lose weight in general, and you modify microbiome and so on and so forth. But gaining weight for some people is much harder than it is losing weight. And I know that majority of the American population is probably interested in losing weight because there's 2/3 of population is obese, so or overweight. So that's why it's probably not a relevant advice. But if you are looking forward to gaining weight naturally, because gaining weight without including any harmful processed foods is extremely difficult, this meal will be for you, because this is very calorie high food. So I mashed the dates, and here is approximately what I've got. This extra liquid will go to dissolving cocoa powder and will provide easy mixing. Those solid fragments of dates will also get slightly rubbed with our seeds, so it's not a problem at all. I will add black sesame seeds, and look, the serving size is 3 tablespoons. That's pretty much how much I add. Contains 150 calories. And 3 dates, let's check it out. How much do they contain? 3 dates will be 160 calories. So 160, 150, it's already 310. So we're adding sesame seeds. Sesame seeds actually, they provide this amount. Is 1/3 of calcium daily intake, and that's calcium occurring in organic form, in an inorganic form, so it's organic calcium, right? So it will be processed by our body. It won't get sedimented on the tissues that are prone to developing sediment, joints, all these cartilage things, kidneys, blood vessels. So we're mixing in black sesame, not a rocket science at all. Then we will be adding cocoa powder. Cocoa powder is actually a valuable source of magnesium. The 2.5 tablespoons of cacao powder contains 1/4 of daily intake of magnesium. So we will be generous with that. I like chocolate, I like bitter taste of it, and really enjoy it. So we are stirring in cocoa powder. If you need here, you can add more water. And so we're stirring in cacao powder. And here I probably will add a little bit more water to just make it mixing better. I don't know how to classify these foods, because people are accustomed to porridge, patties, mashed something, right? Cookies, pancakes. They're accustomed to such categories of foods. But these weird mixtures that are not smoothies, because again, I told you, I won't be adding nut butters into my food anymore. I prefer to eat whole seeds, and I prefer to chew them thoroughly. And you will get into this habit. Actually, chewing is very healthy, because first of all, it helps you to pump lymph. And those lymph nodes that are located around the jaw and near the ears, because this joint is very active and powerful. And another benefit of chewing is that our teeth are actually living entities, right? So every tooth has blood supply tissues inside. And another important aspect is that remineralization of the jawbone, and people typically suffer with age with skeleton demineralization, can also be slightly impeded, because you will be constantly chewing, pushing on this bone, causing the minerals to draw inside the bone tissue. Additional benefit, of course, if we think about the soft tissue, is that it will increase the blood circulation in the gums, which will also maintain the health of your oral cavity altogether. So We are stirring it. That's why it's important to eat your salad, eat big salad, and chew everything very thoroughly. Chew on nuts and seeds. We will be adding cacao nibs. These say, what do they say? Also added magnesium, so 20% of daily dose of magnesium and 3 tablespoons here. And let's see, 190 calories. So 310 plus 190 makes 500. And here 560, and we haven't added nuts yet, so we'll stir in cacao nibs. Just can do it lightly. I need to stir it every single step. And then we have 1/4 cup of pumpkin seed as a serving size. I don't know how much it will be. This looks like 1/4 cup to me, so I'm adding this much. And this is 170. So if we work up to 560 plus 170, it's 730. And pumpkin seeds, they supply us with 15% daily iron. And as well, they didn't list it here, but this amount of pumpkin seeds also should contain a bunch of zinc, which is a very important mineral to include. And another important thing is that it contains 9 grams of protein right there. And what about protein elsewhere? Cacao nibs 4 grams, sesame 5 grams. Then we'll be adding nuts as well. Almonds, just a handful. Almonds, 6 grams of protein. Just do your math, I'm already lazy. There, magnesium is 20%, vitamin E 50%. So we pretty much covered up our magnesium at this point, and we will be adding hazelnuts too. You can chop the nuts as well because they're pretty coarse and large, so you won't have uniformly spread flavor per bite. And we're adding hazelnuts for this Nutella vibe. And if you cut them in pieces, it will be a little bit better. This one's also 1/4 cup. This, I don't know if it's 1/4 cup or less, but also 4 grams of protein, 190 calories. So you can kind of estimate how many calories is in this meal. It's pretty damn heavy, and it's not a weight loss meal. But if you need to eat, for example, 1 dish a day, this will do it. You will just go through the day very easily. Plus, it's easy to bring it to work, bring it on the trip, and just spread it throughout the day. And it's really satiating food. I can guarantee that. And when I know that I won't have time during the workday to cook lunch, for example, just make this for breakfast, and I can go, not even thinking about any further meals. So we'll just mix it. An extremely cool addition to this recipe will be pine nuts, but I already finished mine after I went grocery shopping, and so we will skip this time, but let's try it out. So you can regulate the amount of dates to regulate the sweetness, easy. You can regulate the amount of cocoa powder to regulate the bitterness, easy. You can add vanilla extract and, for example, more hazelnuts and chop them for added Nutella vibes. The rest is super nutritious goodness that, again, you wouldn't just come casually munch on sesame seeds, right? Pumpkin seeds, same story. I like them, but it's much more pleasant to eat them in an unnoticeable way. And this recipe is your savior if you need comfort, protein rich, fat rich, nutrient rich, mineral rich food with low fiber, with no refined sugars. So make it for your family members, make it for your kids, for yourself, and enjoy. And be mindful about how many calories you put in it. So It is healthy, but it's not a weight loss food, apparently. So take care to exercise or run around doing your daily business on this superfood. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit like if you liked the video, subscribe if you really like the video and my other content and you haven't subscribed yet, and hit the notifications button if you want to be on top of my content and to receive the sometimes bugging notifications about somebody posted a video. So leave your comments and questions, requests for the future content, if you have any suggestions in the comments below. And thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.